A big front line, but they need more from Danny Granger. Only 1 of 10 from the field in game one. Paul George also quiet, 1 for 5 and then fouled out. And George Hill has taken over as the starting point guard. Darren Collison coming off the bench for Miami without Chris Bosh. LeBron James opens at power forward. Ronny Turiaf will start at center with help eventually from Joel Anthony against the 7'2" Roy Hibbert. And the Heat with that backcourt of Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade. The officials: Joey Crawford, Benny Adams, and Ed Malloy. In game one here on Sunday afternoon, the Heat not able to hit.
If your guards are going to push the ball up the court, your bigs have to run with them. There's going to be some shots in transition, in trail.
Well, LeBron showing us his version of the teardrop.
He showed that in game one a couple of times too.
Wade got the step. Oh, what a move.
Now this is that small lineup, Marv, with LeBron at the 4. And look how much space there is on the right-hand side of the floor as you see Dwayne Wade go right around Barbosa, but nobody at the rim to protect because everybody was spaced on the other side of the floor. The better offensive player. The problem is he's not the defender that George is, and that's a tough matchup.
Beautiful pass from LeBron James to Ronny Turiaf. Miami with 3. Here comes James. Beautiful return pass from Wade. Volleyball return by Dwayne Wade. 6-0 run for
down, when the ball goes into Hibbert. And when it does slow down, that's a good thing, because otherwise they're doing this. They're playing against a fast Miami team and chasing them. Look at that touch pass from Wade. You cannot beat Miami when they're playing fast, when they're getting out and running. Back in Miami, game tied at 17. Let's take a look at how Miami wants to attack Indiana in the pick and roll. They want to put Roy Hibbert in a situation where he has to guard the screen. So Joel Anthony is Hibbert's man. He comes, sets the screen on Granger. Now, Hibbert has to either come out or retreat. He chooses to retreat, which is probably the right choice against LeBron. If you get out on him, he'll go right around you and dunk it. But now that LeBron has added this little teardrop in his team.
Overall, his 15th NBA season, 8 as an assistant coach. Started as a video coordinator. It's 2-on-1 and Cole over the stuff. Miami had gone.
Get West out of this game.
West just 1 of 4. Oh, Wade with the spin. Beat George off the dribble. And Indiana will talk it over.
An embarrassing sequence for the pace defensively. Both West and Hibbert completely asleep on that weak side. And Wade takes advantage.
Make sure that even though the Heat are fronting in the post, push the guys up the lane and hopefully create a driving lane on the baseline, as you see the block by D. Wade. But more.
Frank Vogel was furious here because as George goes up, you see it's a clean block, but it looked like Benny Adams, the official underneath the hoop, raised his arm as if he was about to call foul and changed his mind, and he's had to stop the play and give the ball back to Miami.
George with the steal. George on the drive, blocked from behind by Wade. That's his second rejection. The foul committed by Granger.
How many times have we seen something like this tonight? The recovery, and that's a foul right there on Haslam grabbing the left arm. Watch the left arm right here. That's a blatant foul. It was not called. Tough break for George.
32% shooting. Now in the midst of a 12-0 run, and they're up by 7. Coming up on 3 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Ball is stopping once again. Everything in the Miami offense slowing down.
James off a spin. It counts, and the foul. LeBron James will hit.
So you do have another timeout left to advance the ball, but very little time overall. Got to shoot the 3.
Down to 4, 3. Here's Chalmers. 24-second buzzer goes off. Game is over. Mario Chalmers shooting from downtown, looking to tie it And Indiana has come away with a victory here in Miami to tie the series at 1. The Heat had won 13 consecutive playoff games here at home. What an effort here of free throws, but Indiana holding on for the 78-75 victory. Thanks to our producer Scott Cockrell, our director Renato Law, statistician Brian Taylor. This series is all tied at 1. Coming up, Game 1 between the Clippers and Spurs for Steve Kerr, Cheryl Miller, and the rest of the crew. Marv Albert saying good night from Miami. After this break, we'll send it to Matt Devlin and the czar, Mike Fratello, in San Antonio.